Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey, welcome back, guys. Happy Tuesday. Today is January 26, 2021, and it snowed yesterday. I'm recording this on Monday, so it snowed for me today. I live right outside of Phoenix, but Phoenix got snow. Where I live got snow. Vegas got snow all at the same time, like around noon. And so me and my dog were just all excited. We went outside. It's way too cold outside. So we came back in and we went out into the car and pulled the car out of the driveway just so we could sit there. And then I would roll down the window and a bunch of the flakes would fly in at Gizmo. And he's just like, no, I'm not having this. So he does not really like it. So anyway, that was pretty cool. So it's been kind of a very rainy weather for the last several days, which is different for us, but pretty cool. Okay. Actually, and it's what my husband manifested it. Every few years it does snow in Phoenix. I always say like 4 years or it's every few years. It will snow for like a little while. And normally it snows where I live on New Year's Eve, which is like same time, 8 a.m. New Year's Eve. It's happened. I've lived here, I think 7 years, I don't know. And it snowed twice on New Year's Eve morning. That was the only time. It was just the coolest thing that happened. I thought for sure it was going to happen this year. It did not. But anyway, Roger called it. I said it was going to snow tomorrow. But anyhow, let's get started. Welcome to all the new people coming in to listen. I appreciate you. And anytime I wanted to give out a reminder that I do upload this podcast to my YouTube channel called The Inspired Entrepreneur. And over there on my YouTube channel, you can find about 40 or 50 really great Abraham Hicks videos that I uploaded like over a year ago. And I like curated as many as I could find on money, on business, on vibrational marketing, and winning the lottery. So that's essentially what you're going to find, in addition to 150 episodes of this podcast. So if you go over there, you may have to scroll for a while to find the Abraham videos. But anyway, so I was going to suggest if you want to make a comment or say hello, go over to my YouTube channel and leave a comment on the podcast that you are listening to. That'd be awesome. I love comments. I love knowing that you guys are here and listening and resonating and all that good stuff. Someone did make a comment this morning, I think a new person, and had asked if I listened to Abraham since I sound very similar. And yes. I was a law of attraction business coach for the past 2 years. Before that, I was a love coach, law of attraction. I loved doing that, but and manifestation coach, all these things. And so I got into vibrational marketing almost 2 years ago. And when I did, my Facebook pages exploded. Everything just was really crazy. So whatever you focus on, you get more of. So when I learned how to understand the law of attraction with my business, it grew. So, but that is basically everything that I talk about. Everything I listen to, almost everything, is through a channeled message. So I'm a humongous Abraham Hicks fan. Student. I'm a student, not a fan. I'm a student. I really, this is my job, to understand this stuff. And then I pass it along. The other author that I love, or channeler that I absolutely adore, is Sanaya Roman. Love her. I have like all of her books on my bookcase right now. And I do love Bashar. I haven't been listening to Bashar very often because there's not that many videos on YouTube. So that's basically who I listen to. I try not to follow too many humans because humans have a lot of false premises. That sounds like it's not the right word. Um, there's a lot of mixing of messages. And I learned that by working with my own clients that, I've been there. I've been there with listening to lots of different people. And a lot of people who teach law of attraction, in my opinion, or, following infinite intelligence, there's a lot of misinformation, like a lot. And a lot of belief systems that people say are true, and when you really get to it, it's it's so simple. The law of attraction is so simple when you really have an understanding of what it is. So I sometimes refer to life, my life or everybody's life, right, as a couple of things, as like a choose your own adventure. Remember those books? You probably have to be I don't know if they still make them. Honestly, I have no clue, but we had them when I was a kid. I'm 45 years old. So we had them. So you choose your own adventure, you read, a chapter, and then you get to decide where you want to go. So it gives you a couple of options and you get to decide. And then you read a little bit more and then can you imagine writing those? Goodness, that'd be interesting. So anyway, think of life kind of like that. Choose your own adventure. But I also think of life as kind of also a virtual, virtual reality of the life that I live is let's say, the life that I perceive is not like anybody else's life. And the same with yours. So and your perception is based on your beliefs. So whatever you believe to be true will be true in your life experience, like you're experiencing your day to day. And just listening to Abraham this morning of like as an example of how eyewitnesses all have like different stories, and some of them are so excuse me, something is stuck in my throat. How nearly everybody has a different account to what happened, and Abraham explains that as well, it depends on your vibration at the time of when you witness something. Where was that person's vibration? Does that make sense? Like if I was like in a really amazing, uplifted, happy mood and see something, I will see something differently than somebody who's in a grumpy, depressed, sad, whatever mood, right? We all have different perceptions all the time, just based on where we are. That's why it's so important to keep our mood in a really great place, because you will always see the best version. If you want the best version life, be happy. So I have never been happier in my life. I've been telling that to my husband the last week. It's just the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. The more I paid attention to my emotions, how I feel, really paying attention to what I'm doing, how I'm reacting, just for a while, I've been doing that, like really just focusing, a lot on that. I'm happier. I'm just happier because I'm also attracting a lot more. Doing the list of appreciation, like thinking of things that you appreciate, doing that more consistently is enormous for your well-being, for your happiness, all that. Okay, so the other day I was talking about, my treadmill came this weekend. It came a few days early. My shelving, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I got inspired like a week ago to have a treadmill desk, and I got obsessed with it because I do that sometimes when I'm trying to purchase something, and because I want it to be perfect. And so I got a couple, like bar height, I would say, cube shelving units. And they came on Saturday. Roger put them together. My treadmill came surprisingly on Sunday, which was yesterday for me. And we're gonna go get the top to this whole thing today, I hope, which is the door. I love this I love the idea. My husband has a door for a desk, and I love it. It's because it's 6 feet and enormous. It's a big desk, and I just love that. It's the simplicity of it and the ease of move, because I'm a person who moves a lot more than probably the average person. And so I like furniture that comes apart very easily, that's not super delicate, that's that is super easy to just take apart. Like all my furniture is easy to take apart. It's funny. And like if you had to move things in a car, a lot of things could be moved in a car, that sort of thing. So anyway, um so my next obsession became finding the perfect planner for the year. And for the last 3 days, I've just been this crazy obsessed person, trying to figure out the right planner. And, a day into this search, my husband's like, I think you need to make your own planner. And I'm like, yeah, probably, just kind of, that's all he said. Yeah, probably. And then like another day went by, and then I'm like, yeah, I think I need to make a planner, and not for just me, but for everybody else who wants to incorporate, because I do a lot of mindset stuff and it changes here and there, but I do a lot of mindset stuff in the morning. I've been doing it for a few years and it's vital for me. But I do some meditation. I do some, some of you have my 30-day journal. Sorry, I think my brain's moving faster than my mouth. But 30 days to manifest your success journal. So components of that, and in addition to other components of a planner. So the idea of the Inspired Entrepreneur Planner came in, I think yesterday, or Saturday night, I think. My Roku wasn't responding. It was 11 o'clock at night. And so we're just waiting for the thing to reload. And I just thought to myself, I was talking to him and we were talking about this planner. And then I was just like thinking to myself, well, you know what? I'm going to let the universe fill in the details of what's going to be good. And I can't tell you how quickly, within a minute, I just started talking about all the components that ended up being pretty amazing for the planner. And I'm like, this is how it works. You let it go. You don't try to make anything happen, and you allow the universe to fill in the details. You just receive. You are a receiver. You decide what you want, you receive it. That's all you have to do. So that's in the works. I'm going to really put some time and attention into it to make sure that it is a really thought out planner of basically, not doing so much goal setting. Like there's a lot of planners that are like hardcore goal setting, and it's like too much, all the steps and how's it going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And it's like a lot of times we don't know. We just don't know yet because it hasn't been shown to us yet. So for us, a lot of things are different. Like the Law of Attraction Planner, I bought it a couple of years ago, and I have looked at it this past week, but the Law of Attraction Planner, I love the cover. I have a rose gold cover. I ripped it out because I used it for a little while. Couldn't get into it. I really just couldn't get into that planner because I really just didn't agree with their approach of law of attraction. Just because it is a bit of goal setting. It is a bit of, okay, how are you going to do that? Unless you give an example of how am I going to accomplish this goal as being, well, you know what? I'm going to meditate every day. I'm going to follow through with inspired thoughts. I'm going to rest more. I'm going to take naps more. Like that's legit how you manifest the things you really want. Okay, that's how. And so I know that's not what they're looking for because I have yet to see an example like that. It's always like, well, okay, so I'm going to lose 10 pounds. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to walk a mile a day or 10 miles a day, and I'm going to eat more broccoli, and I'm going to do a low carb diet. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, that's not law of attraction. That's not how this works. That is regular society people, humans out there, all humaning, all crazy like. That's not law of attraction. That's what typically a lot of law of attraction teachers teach. They don't really teach the law of attraction. I've listened to dozens of them. and I don't listen to any of them. It's like a rare case that I listen to somebody who claims to be, any knowing of law of attraction, except for channeled sources. Esther Hicks, Sanaya Roman, Daryl Anka, who's, part of Bashar. Anyway, here we go. So look for that. I mean, no, don't look for that, but look for the announcement sometime in the future that the planner comes out. It's going to be geared for entrepreneurs who are into the law of attraction, who are into meditation, into relaxing, I have to remember those things. Like it will have like a little habit tracker, and I don't really like the word habit. I don't know. Like there's going to be a tracker because for me, it's just about saving time, or not saving time. I'm sorry, saving room in the planner, because there's two things that I write every single day in my notebook, so I can check them off. It's my manifestation list and my money journal that I've been doing. And I'm like, that would be on my tracker, so I'm not writing it in my daily planner. It'll just be on a tracker, so I don't have to write it, and I just do a check mark. That's it. So, and so that's that. Anyway, if you want to pick up the book, The Inspired Entrepreneur, the actual book that has to do with this podcast, the link is in the description. It's on Amazon. It's 400 pages. It's a wonderful book. I absolutely adore this book. I opened it up this morning, and I'm just like, I love this book. Every time I open it, I just say, that's literally what I say. I love this book. And it's not just because it's mine. There's books I love, but I just really love it. Okay, so let's jump into today's message. So if you don't know, this is a daily podcast that goes right along with my book. That is 366 Days of Inspiration for the Entrepreneur. And when I say inspiration, I mean basically law of attraction. So it's law of attraction for entrepreneurs. I just didn't want to say that. I just wanted to say inspiration because it is. So there it is. There it is. So today's January 26th. Very short. There's more available to you. This one is a nice little reminder. So say you wake up, you have this book, you flip to today, or, it's in any other day, and then you flip to today, and this is the perfect message for you that says there's more available to you. It's a reminder, because so often, I think as humans, we think that there's not enough, or it's not going to work out, or, we have these doubts sometimes. I don't have that many anymore, but a lot of people have a lot of doubts. And it's just a reminder, there's more available to you. There's some quotes out there with Abraham saying that if we were in your shoes, we would choose big. We would choose big. That most people don't choose big. They just don't choose big because they don't believe it. So the goal is to, choose and start believing it. There's a couple ways about it. So you can choose what you believe. It should come right in. Or you just choose, and then you get on top with the belief system. You just start, you do everything you can to start believing it. By, finding people who've done it, by writing about it every day, by doing the 30-day journal. And by the way, the 30-day journal, I'm going to visit that. I have actually been revisiting the 30-day journal. I have a total of 5 covers prepared, 5 different covers. There's a couple there's one in particular I absolutely love. But I am going to resize the journal. I think it's a little too big. Like, it's an 8.5 by 11. The fonts are pretty big. Everything's just big. It's kind of hard to figure this out on the computer of what it's really going to look like. And I did order a proof, and I did change a little bit, but I didn't change the size of certain things. So I think I'm going to bring it down a little bit, or a bunch. I don't know. I've had my tape measure out all weekend, measuring everything I own, I swear, trying to figure out the right size. And because I don't want this thing to be so giant, it doesn't need to be. So I want it to be smaller. But I want my planner to be a little bit bigger, not bigger than 8.5 by 11, but more probably like 8 by 10 is a really great size. Um, but, or it's going to be 8.5 by 11. Anyway, so you have to, yeah, so writing, meditating, visualizing, those are the three components of the Manifest Your Success Journal, the daily things to do every day. Every day moves you closer to the belief system. Every day that you remember to work on that, if you want to use the word work, if you want to focus on that, brings you closer. So the reason why I just feel so much happier now is because my belief systems feel so much like, it's like I've been massaging these goals, or not goals, I'm sorry, massaging these beliefs. You know, you massage them. And over time, it's kind of like when you have a knot in your back or your shoulder or whatever, and you massage it out, like over time, you massage it and it goes away. So some of the belief systems are just massaged in, that they're starting to really be solid with me. And the more your belief systems are in alignment with what you want, the more you believe, the more you know, and the happier you get. You just get happy. You get happy when your beliefs are really incredible. You get happy when you pay attention to your happiness. You get happy when you stop focusing on the negative, and when you stop watching negativity, or stop talking to negative friends, or stop all the negative things. When you start taking them out, like, okay, so a week ago or so, I took all my social media apps. I took my Facebook Messenger app off my phone, completely deleted all that stuff. Because I read some of the book from Cal Newport, Deep Work, and a little bit of his digital minimalism book, and how creators really need that distraction-free time to do their deep work. And I really felt that. And so distraction from social media, say Facebook, checking Facebook all the time, is a huge distraction. It's interfering with people and their deep work. But also, on our end of things, it's energy. It's energy. So if you're in like this blah mood and you're like, oh, I'm just going to check Facebook, where's your attraction point? If you start attracting, negative posts, that just fuels the fire, right? So I got rid of that. So I don't check it on my phone. And I've just limited. I've limited my responses to posts. I've limited my exposure to negative posts, to negative comments. I'm reading comment sections a lot less, because there's, comment sections, they tend to be negative, positive, negative. But all of that is a big deal. So if you read negative comments about something that you really believe in, it will make you feel a certain way, most likely. And that's just not good. It's like, who cares who this random person said on the internet? Like, legit, who cares? So I have been practicing a lot of self-control to just not go there. And the amount, just even happier. I'm just even more happy. This morning I read a quote that Abraham said, when something good happens, say, how can it get any better than this? And when something negative happens, say, how can it get any better than this? I think it was the same thing. But it's just affirming better, affirming more. It's like that movie title. What was it called? Thank You More, Please. It's Thank you more, please. So it's like showing appreciation, thankfulness, and then asking for more. And I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, so reiterating today's message, there's more available to you. Just keep remembering there's so much more. There's so much more. There's so much more. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. So have an amazing rest of your day, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.